cringy car people. If there's one thing I can always count on for content, it's cringy car people. These people just literally are the Niagara Falls of just cringy content. It just spews out of the internet. Today we're gonna look at some more clips you guys tagged me in. Some are worse than others. Some might actually be funny. But we're gonna look at these cringe lords and see what their content's all about. Anyways, if you guys see any cringy post, send it to me, tag me in it, whatever. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright, first one says, call me childish, but beating the GPS time is an extreme sport to me. Oh boy.
I am the one who knocks.
Bro, you're in a Honda. I don't know what you got the GPS set to Walmart for to pick up those groceries. It looks like you're in a Walmart parking lot right now. Hell, did you beat the 2-for-1 sale or what? But I mean, come on, man. You're in a Honda. It ain't even a Type R. Like if you were in a Type R or an S2K or like a K-swapped Honda, those Hondas are okay in my book. But you're in the eco car family sedan Honda with aftermarket lighting and a shitty exhaust setup, and you're trying to beat the GPS. All you're doing is wasting your fuel economy record. That's all you're doing. How much can you really take off of the GPS time in a Honda like this? Can you knock off a minute or two? Maybe. Sure. Are you knocking off 5 to 10 minutes? You ain't doing that. Not happening. No, not happening. Unless you're literally just driving illegal the whole time, riding on shoulders and shit, you're not breaking it. And even then, for some groceries, like where could you be going in this thing? You're not going to no races. You're not going to no races. You might be going to a car meet, but Hondas arrive late always anyways because they're slow. You know, they're never there on time. I won't call you childish for beating the GPS. I think that's a man's game. I'm gonna call you childish for trying to do it in Accord though. Put that bitch in eco mode and get that 40 mpg, okay? Gas ain't cheap, busta. Oh god, that already hurt my ears. Alright, next clip. Cool stance car, just bad road for the stance car. Okay, just so I don't go deaf, I'm gonna mute it really quick. But let's get two things straight really quick, okay? I want these two to be very clear. I think the first BMW looks cool. I think it looks cool, okay? It's a cool little stance car, whatever. Is it probably one of the dumbest things you can do to your car? Yes, those two are undisputable facts right there. It looks cool, but it is the dumbest thing you can fucking do to your car. And I don't even have to sit here and try to make it sound like it's a bad idea, because everyone in the comments already knows it's a bad idea. Everyone in the comments is saying pretty much the same thing. And the fact is, I think the page also knows, and that's why he's relentlessly in the comments trying to defend it and stuff. On every comment, he replies trying to defend it, and I think that goes to show that he's trying to convince himself that it's not a bad idea and it's not stupid, when in fact it is. Like, did you hear how painful that sounded? Like, I find it very hard to believe that these guys actually care about their cars. A lot of people that I've talked to in the past that have stance cars, they always say the same thing. Oh, they always constantly rebuild them. They always constantly rebuild them. They love their cars so much, they just love constantly rebuilding them. Where's the fun in that? Like, I guess there is a little bit of fun if you have to constantly fix your stuff. By the way, I'm just showing you still in the background that just every comment he's replying, trying to convince people that it's cool and stuff like that. Yeah, nobody cares. Every comment. Like, it shows that you have low self-esteem or low confidence if you have to defend yourself to every single comment. And this video has like 20-something thousand comments, if I remember correctly. Okay, maybe not that high. I might have been thinking of a different video, but it has a lot of comments is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, they always say, oh, they rebuild it, they enjoy it, it's cool, it's better than bags. I don't know, man. Like, you could do whatever you want to your car. I really don't give a shit. I ain't losing sleep that this BMW out there is in this condition and stuff like that. I'm really not losing sleep. But if you gotta have a fish truck behind you with a tow chain on every occasion, every day, it just sounds like a headache to me personally. I prefer having my cars built to optimize their performance and stuff. And these guys, I don't know, they just want it to look cool, I guess, to like 16-year-olds. So if you want to appeal to 16-year-olds, this is the crowd for you. Like I said, car looks cool. It's just so tragic that it's, yeah, fun. I love getting stuck. Bye. All right, next dose of cringe. We got your typical car girls here. Show yourself, then show your whips. I'm betting a Miata and an FRS. Let's take a look. You couldn't have planned that any better. If you guys didn't catch it, take a look at the Toyota. Cool. Boom! Where'd that tree come from? Why did it randomly spawn in right there, hey? You literally couldn't have planned any better. This is an empty parking lot, and you had the whole thing to yourself. The whole parking lot to yourself. And you managed to hit one of the two things in the parking lot. You either hit the tree or the light pole, and you hit the fucking tree. And that tree, that little thing that's made out of, I don't know, 2-inch thick wood, destroyed your front end. That is one stout tree. Look at that thing. That thing should be a linebacker for the fucking Chiefs. Like look at it. Who signed that boy up for some ball right now? That tree is an immovable object. That tree is a invisible barrier in a video game. There's no stopping that tree. Look at how thin that motherfucker is. It's thinner than my legs, and it just stopped a car with ease. It barely even flinched. You fucking tickled that tree. You fondled it. There's gonna be a police report of you touching that tree inappropriately now. What the fuck is going on here? Anyways, yeah, you couldn't have planned it any better. Women crashing. I don't think all women are bad drivers. I feel like it's 2023 and I have to explain myself sometimes because, oh, he didn't say anything nice about women. He must hate women. No. We're laughing at an idiot that crashed here, despite of the gender. That doesn't matter. But you guys already know the state of the world in 2023. You have to go in and explain yourself for everything. But yeah, I don't think women are stupid. I just want to make that clear. It's just, I don't know, she was looking at the wrong mirror or something. To be fair, she's probably hit that tree before. So, moving on. All right, next clip, Borderlands car. Let's take a look at this one. I'm not going to mute it. I forgot what the audio is, but, you know, marking up your car. Oh, okay, cool. All right, I see what you're doing here. I don't know why you're fucking jolting every once in a while, but okay. On the Camry? On the Camry? I've seen this done before on some cars, and it kind of looks cool. And, I mean, even on the Camry, it doesn't look bad, but I don't know if he did it right. There's a lot of fucking lines on that car. Like I feel like he overkilled it with the lines. I've seen other cars done with less lines and it looks cleaner. I don't know. I mean, I'll give him props. It looks all right, but at the end of the day, it's a Camry. You know, like would I want people to keep looking at me in the '98 Camry? I don't think so. I don't think I'd want to draw that much attention personally. I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna get my groceries, and I'm gonna get out. I don't want to draw attention to myself. And this is the one thing that's definitely gonna draw attention to the '98 Camry. Besides putting a big wing on it or some camber, this is the one thing that is gonna draw a lot of people to look at your car. And like I said, it's a '98 Camry. I don't know if I want all that attention, but personally, I don't think it's the worst thing ever. Would I do this to my '98 Camry? Heavens no. Lord have mercy, no. But there was an attempt. Whatever. I'd rather him do this than fucking make his car undrivable and slam it on the floor. So, yeah. Cool. Let me know what you guys think, though. Is this Camry heat or nah? All right, next clip. Let's take a look.
I only came for this car. And I'd be like, why are you so obsessed with me?
Suck me, fuck me. I'm the ice cream man.
Talk about a showstopper, eh? Damn, ain't never seen a Sentra before. Sheesh, look at that one. We got the angry eyelids. We got the blacked out front grille. Oh my god, this is the meanest Sentra down in Texas. Oh my god, it says import works banner. Then it's got a, I don't know, either that's a Grim Reaper or a wolf. I'm in between the two. I really can't tell. To me, it looks like a howling wolf, but it also might be a Grim Reaper. I don't know, and I personally don't care. But yeah, blacked out Sentra. That's gonna get the baddies right there. That right there, this is the goal. Okay, if you are looking to pick up chicks, get a Sentra, black it out. That is right there, ultimate panty dropper. Applebee's, no, that is a hunting ground for you. You get to just choose. You just point, and they're coming home with you. Okay, this thing is mean. But yeah, on a serious note, I mean, I guess yeah. I mean, maybe there's that one girl out there that really likes Sentras. I just never met that one girl, and I don't think that one girl exists in this universe. So. Yeah, 6 Sentra. Awesome. Love the edit. It's essential. Okay, you know, I'll give him props. Let's look at this clip really quick from him. It's essential. Let's just see if essential. Oh, LEDs. Why didn't you flex the LEDs in that video? It would have changed the whole thing. Let's just take a look at this one really quick. Let's see if Essentra's bringing some heat. Okay, this is why I need the face cam, because you guys can't see the fucking god-awful facial expression I'm making while listening to this fucking piece of shit. Yeah, face cam's coming back. I just woke up, so I didn't feel like putting it on, but face cam is coming back. Okay, that shit's weak. I have a blowtorch that makes bigger flames than that. I'm not gonna go deaf for a video. It's not happening. All right, next clip. Another Nissan. Oh my God. Let's take a look at this bad boy right here.
Yes, sir. Nissan Hellcat, baby. She got the Nissan Hellcat.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I mean, I'm assuming this is like a joke or something, because, I mean, they're just calling it a Nissan Hellcat. I really hope that they're not trying to convince their relatives or something that they got a Nissan and it's a Hellcat, because obviously that doesn't fucking exist. I will fucking say, though, slicks on the Nissan Hellcat, oh, bro, that slaps different. I mean, I didn't pause it at the right time, but drag radials on the rear of a front-wheel drive car hits different. Like, tell me why that shit low-key looks hard. Like, look at that. If Nissan actually made some decent cars and, like, they had a rear-wheel drive, like, sports sedan that wasn't an Infinity, bro, like, tell me why this looks hard. I mean, I would get behind this. If this thing had a V6 twin turbo underneath the hood, then I'm not saying it needs to make Hellcat, or not Hellcat, a GTR horsepower, but let's just say it, you know, it was like the Infinity, but it was a Nissan version. That shit would go kind of hard. Why is Nissan so boring? And a 400Z, that'll shut up the fanboys for another decade or so. Fucking losers. Anyways, yeah, that shit kind of goes hard. I'm hoping they just did this for jokes. They just tossed the slicks on and made a couple laughs, but at the same time, they got the aftermarket skirts. They wrapped their fuel door. They got the exhaust. They got the wing. I don't know if it's for jokes. They might be genuinely cruising around with slicks on wheels that don't do anything. Or this is really in Texas, and these people are really fucking crazy, and they actually have a Hellcat Nissan. I don't know. Doubtful. All right, next clip. Okay, I think that this is genuinely the cringiest video of the episode. All of the other ones were bad, but this one genuinely makes me uncomfortable, and like I actually like am cringing just watching this thing. Like, this is fucking horrible, dude. Like, I like my car, but I'm not treating it like a fucking baby. I mean, I get it's for video. I might be thinking a little bit too seriously, but I'm not going to a fucking gas station and filling up a baby sippy cup and fucking record. Like, this is so fucking lame. Come on, can we all agree this is lame? The golf owners, can we agree? Anyone in the chat right now that is a golf owner, can we agree this is fucking lame? Do you guys claim this guy? This is fucking lame. And he didn't even like do a fast flyby. Like he looks like he's going 45. Okay, and the car didn't even sound that great. His taillights look cool. The car itself doesn't look half bad, but this fucking killed it for me. Any hopes of me wanting to buy golf in the future? Not happening anymore, because I don't want to be associated with anything that has to do with this guy. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, worst clips. See if the last clip can beat this one, though. Alright, last clip. No naked girls here. Bro, they were gonna keep scrolling regardless. You didn't have to put that fucking caption. You could have just said, lame ass car here, keep scrolling. Dead ass would have kept scrolling regardless. I saw this thing and I was like, alright. Either it's gonna be a pile of shit, or it's gonna be nice. Like just from this first image, okay, we saw the red on the grill and the fucking lame ass splitter. Either it's going to be a pile of dog shit, or it's going to be badass. And obviously it was the first one, because I mean, like, you have the cringiest set of stickers you can put on a fucking car, let alone a Mercedes. Okay, you're over here putting the grocery sponsor list on your Mercedes. That's for like Civics, bro. Like you're not doing anything cool or anything different. I guess you are being different because you're looking like a whole different kind of idiot, but you're not doing anything cool by putting that list on your car. He also has two different sets of wheels. I guess he didn't get approved for the second part of that loan. I don't know. Like this car itself isn't bad. He just made some really poor decisions. Like, okay, if I was this guy, if you really want this front lip, whatever, then just get some black fucking rods. Do not put that red Gucci belt stripe on your front grille. That looks lame. Carbon hood, cool, whatever. Get a matching set of wheels. Take off this sticker. Take this red stripe off of your mirror. Take the red stripe off of your wheel. Take the red stripe off of your window. And honestly, it wouldn't look half bad. It honestly wouldn't look half bad. This guy, like that's the sad thing. The smallest things can ruin a car's appearance, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like, little things make big changes. If he did that, this car would not be in this video, honestly. If he honestly removed all that shit, would not be in this video. But the fact that this is a goofy ass looking Mercedes, yeah, it's ended up in this video. I'm surprised I didn't keep scrolling. I honestly am. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it's coming out a little late. I will be going back to my normal schedule and stuff with the face cam, so don't worry about that. Anyways, hopefully you did enjoy this. If you did, please let me know down below which clip was the cringiest. If I had a vote, it's probably going to be that fucking baby cup one. That's some garbage right there. Some hot garbage. Anyways, let me know down below. Subscribe, send me clips, and until next video, peace. Oh boy. How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about 5 useless or pointless car mods that I weirdly like. If you guys know me, you guys have followed me for a while, you guys know I talk smack about everything. I don't care if you have a supercar, I don't care if you have a Supra, there's something always to clown someone about. A lot of people think that I just hate everything, and that's not the case, okay? Obviously, I have to amp it up for the channel, I have to entertain you guys. You guys wouldn't be watching if I was like, it's pretty nice, I like it. No, you guys want to see me say, oh, what the fuck, bro, this purple fucking Smurf car right here, dude looks like Thanos. You guys want to hear that kind of stuff. So a lot of people think I don't like everything that I talk about, which is not the case. There are some car mods out there that I talk smack about that I don't mind. Would I do them to my car? Probably not, but I personally don't mind them. I could totally see myself, if I had the right build, doing those car mods. So let's dive right in and let's discuss them. The first one we have to talk about, which I think is going to surprise a lot of you because I've talked smack on this heavily throughout the years, and that is the Starlight headliner. Now hear me out. I don't care really what people do to their interiors. I think that if they want, they could do whatever they want because the interior is technically like what they're around the most, and most people don't see the interior, especially when they pull no bitches. Most people don't see the interior. So a Starlight headliner in a car like the Subi, I think it could look pretty good. I think it could be like a nice little touch that just makes the driving experience a little bit, you know, more luxurious, a little bit nicer. Would I do it to the Supra? Probably not. McLaren, I mean, it would maybe fit, but like the Subi and the McLaren would be the only two that I could see myself doing that mod to, and I have no desires to actually do it. But that's one of those car mods where I don't even know if I could call it a car mod, but it's one of those things where, you know, you do it and it doesn't really affect anything. Like, it's just a nice little touch, a little personalization, and I think that in most cases, it's okay. Now, if you're pulling up in the 98 Honda Civic with Starlight headliner, I don't know about that one, Chief. But in applications that I've seen you guys do it on and some people online, I don't think it's all that bad. I personally don't mind that car mod or car accessory, whatever you guys want to call it. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. Following the same theme of interior mods, we're going to be talking next about footwell lighting. Personally, I've done this. I did it on my V6 Mustang. Very fitting car for that, if I do say so myself. If I was going to do it to any car, it would have to be the V6. But yeah, I did that to my V6, and it's one of those mods where, once again, most people won't see it. It's just a little personal touch, and so I personally don't mind it. Once again, though, I probably wouldn't do it to any of my current cars, but if I was building a car with like some custom lights, which I would never do, but if I was, I personally don't mind it. When I see footwell lighting, I don't get super angry. It's whatever, you know? only the driver and his 2 friends see it. So who really cares? You know, it's footwell lighting. All right, next one I was super close to doing on the Mustang years ago, and I'm so happy I didn't do it. And that's tire lettering. I was so close. It was the trend back in like 2019, 2018. It was the trend. Everyone was doing it. You would see Evos, WRXs, all these cars cruising down the street, tire lettering, and it looked so sick. And I was like, dude, my Mustang needs that. And I'm so happy I didn't do it. I remember I even ordered everything to do it, and I just never did it. I just thought to myself, there's an off chance that this is going to burn my ass in the future, so let's just not do it. And I didn't do it. Now, tire lettering on most cars I think is trash. I see it on a lot of shitty cars, and like, let's just take like this McLaren for instance, right? I'll see people put like tiny ass letters like this, Michelin, just tiny ass fucking letters, and it looks so stupid. It looks dumb. Like, it has to fit the build. If you have like an out there, you know, kind of like a Subi, if you have an out there car and you're trying to just do everything you kind of can, and it goes with it, I think it works perfectly. Would I do it to any of my cars? Hell to the no, I don't think so. But I see it on some cars and I'm like, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. You guys know which ones I'm probably talking about that look pretty good with it. I think we all are thinking of some. And typically before I do something to my car, I ask a couple opinions and I'll be like, hey, what do you guys think about this? Like, I have something potentially cooking up for the Mustang, and I think you guys are gonna love it. I think it's gonna go crazy. But typically, if you wanna be sure, ask around. Kind of right on board with the tire lettering, something that has to just work with the car, and if it doesn't, it is blatantly obvious. We're talking about neon underglow. Okay, I talk probably the most smack on neon underglow, and I think 9 times out of 10 it is disgusting. But there's that occasional like car here and there where I'm just like, damn, he's pulling that shit off. It's rare, okay? I haven't seen it in quite some time, but I'll go to car shows, I'll go to car meets, and there's occasionally one guy that did it clean, he did it correct, it fits the build, and it just works. And they usually use like super high-end like underglow as well. Like, you could tell the difference because of like how smooth it transitions and shit like that. It doesn't look like shit. You guys know what I'm talking about. But occasionally I'll see that, and I personally don't mind it. It's one of those car mods where I don't think you guys would believe me if I wasn't telling you with, you know, from the horse's mouth itself. You guys wouldn't believe me, but it's one of those car mods where, again, I don't think I would do it to any of my cars. Like the Supra with a little bit of underglow probably wouldn't look that bad because it is a 90s Japanese car. I think the McLaren would be a little try-hard. It would look like somebody that has no taste, you know? I personally don't like underglow on supercars. Again, there's exceptions, but for the most part, I don't think it looks good. It has to be like a fitting car, like a 90s shitbox or something else where it just works, you know? It has to work. Don't take this as me trying to convince you guys that I'm going to do it to any of my cars. On this list, I don't think there's any of these that I'm trying to do to any of my cars. But yeah, I'm just letting you guys know. If you do it right, it is possible. All right, lastly, and this one is going to definitely rustle some feathers, but that's fake carbon fiber wrap. Now hear me out, okay? Let's just walk around the car really quick on the Supra. All this is real carbon fiber. I'm not trying to expose myself or anything like that. But let's say they don't sell a piece in carbon fiber. Like, this is a real carbon fiber hood, so I'm not worried about that. But let's say they don't sell a piece in carbon fiber, or you just do tiny little accents like that. I mean, maybe, but in my opinion, if they sell it in carbon fiber, then buy it in carbon fiber. Now, there is one small piece of fake carbon fiber wrap on my car, and I will be completely transparent, but it's on a real carbon fiber piece. So that's the only reason why I was okay with it. If we go to my side skirt, this is a real carbon fiber side skirt. Down here is all exposed real carbon fiber. Like, that's carbon fiber. Up here, this was primered. It was ready for paint, but we put exposed carbon fiber above the primer because this is ready for paint. You see? It's mounted right there. But yeah, so we put a tiny little sliver that matches very well, and you cannot tell that is fake carbon fiber. Even it being so close to the carbon fiber, you can't tell because it just looks so real. Now, I would say that's one of the few exceptions. If you're putting fake carbon fiber on top of real carbon fiber, I'm okay with that. If your hood is disgusting, but it's real carbon fiber, but it is like hazy, it is cracking and all that shit, and you just want to refresh it with some fresh carbon fiber, I personally don't see an issue with that. Like, let's say this wing for issue. Let's say I peeled off this and I exposed the carbon fiber, but I don't want the carbon fiber to get damaged over time. I mean, you could clear bra it, or I guess we could like wrap it in fake carbon fiber, but I probably wouldn't do that anyways. I don't know, it just sounds weird. But you guys get my point. In some applications, I think that fake carbon fiber can work. Just 99% of the time, they're just wrapping their fucking stock hood and stock fenders carbon fiber, and that is not okay. You look like a fucking idiot. We can all tell. When you have big panels like that wrapped in fake carbon fiber, it is so obvious that it's not real carbon fiber. Like, who are you guys trying to fool out here? Fucking Helen Keller? On a car like the McLaren, yeah, I would not wrap anything fake carbon fiber. The car's tub is real carbon fiber. It has enough carbon fiber on it to last, okay? I'm not gonna go out here and wrap my fuel door in carbon fiber. Nah, it's not happening, but you guys get the point. Anyways, guys, I'm sure I surprised a few of you with this list. That is my list of 5 useless or worthless car mods that I'm actually okay with. Probably wouldn't do, but I'm okay with them. Anyways, let me know if there's any I missed out down below. Let me know your guys' list. Subscribe and keep along with the builds by hitting that notification bell. Anyways, guys, subscribe. Next video. Peace.
This is a brand new Nissan Z, and when it came out last year, people were stoked. I want one really, really, really bad. It is a new year, and that means new cars. There's over 60 new cars coming out this year. I can't possibly talk about all of them, so I'm gonna talk about some of them. The ones that I think are cool, and therefore, hopefully you guys think are cool. Welcome to Donut. Let's talk about some cars. Hey, we're inside now, and Nolan's here. We are gonna talk about the most exciting cars that are either brand new for 2023 or have received a major refresh in 2023. All right, first we're gonna start with a car very close to Nolan's heart. The 2024 Ford Mustang. Now this is the brand new 7th generation Mustang. It was announced in September of last year at an event called the Stampede. The 2.3 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder makes 315 horsepower, which is sick. I really like it. Nolan doesn't, but looks aren't everything.
That's what I tell myself every morning.
I've seen a lot of people on the internet, and then you included, have been like iffy on the looks. I really like how it looks.
I think the problem, I've said this before, with modern design is that
Here we go.
they don't photograph well. You got to see these cars in person. I mean, this is how it was with the Supra, the Z, with the M2, the new one. When you see them in person, then you're like, oh, I hate you. I think that'll be the case with this Mustang. I still haven't seen it in person. I bet it looks great. I mean, it's a Mustang.
So, verdict. We're stoked?
Stoked. Hey, Jimmy, can I get your credit card?
Why?
So I can show them how many cards fit inside the Ridge wallet. The sponsor of today's video. The Ridge wallet is modern, durable. It can hold up to 12, yes, 12 credit cards. Hey, can I get some credit cards? I'm trying to show them how many credit cards can fit inside the Ridge wallet. Thank you. Even when filled to the brim with 12 cards, it's still got room for cash. Hey, give me your money.
Excuse me?
I'm trying to show them how the Ridge wallet also stores cash.
Oh, well in that case.
Check it out, 12 cards, all this cash, and it still maintains a sleek, pocket-friendly shape. And when it's time to head home, Ridge has you covered with the key case. It holds your house key, your work key, or a half dozen other keys perfectly in this easy-to-carry clip made of spring steel. No more jingly keys. With 50,000 5-star reviews and a lifetime guarantee, it's a no-brainer to check out ridge.com/donutmedia today. And if you use code DonutMedia, you get 10% off plus free worldwide shipping and returns.
This next car also has a lot of people talking about it. The brand new 5th generation Toyota Prius. The Prius has been a historically boring car. People are actually hyped about this.
It looks good.
Everybody thinks it looks good. The plug-in hybrid gets 220 horsepower, has 57 miles per gallon. What is maybe a surprising thing for the Prius is it goes 0 to 60 in under 10 seconds for the first time in history.
They really killed it.
I love the shaved rear door handle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really cool, and the interior looks really nice. Big old screens.
I'm stoked on this, James.
Am I gonna buy one? No.
Probably not.
Am I stoked on it? Yes. Nolan,
Yeah.
we just built 2 cars. What
Yeah.
kind were they?
Subaru Impreza WRXs?
Yeah, so it makes sense to include the newest 6th gen Impreza on this list, specifically the new RS model, which is a tribute to the legendary 2.5 RS performance model from the late 90s. Just like the original RS, this one will have a larger 2.5 liter boxer engine, which in this case comes from the Crosstrek. It makes 30 more horsepower than the base Impreza for a total, you ready for this? Yeah. Of a whopping, mind-blowing, blistering 182 horsepower. It's only available in a hatchback. Can't get it with a manual, only a CVT. There's no WRX or STI.
I mean, that's fine because there's already the WRX car itself, which
Yeah.
will have an STI version. But this, we've talked before about car makers like kind of laundering their reputation by using names that have formerly been something sick onto cars that are not. This is another example of that.
You're 100% right. I mean, they could have released this car as like an Impreza anything else. 2.5 RS
don't call
is
it
such
that.
a sick car, and to release something that's the opposite of sick,
Yeah, you just don't call it that
I
way.
think this is whack.
Agreed.
The next few are from a completely new manufacturer to the US, VinFast. This is a Vietnamese car company that was founded just a few years ago, like your son. And they're debuting in the United States with 4 new cars, the VF6, the VF7, the VF8, and the VF9. All of the VinFast cars that are being released this year in the US are electric SUVs. The bigger one makes 400 horsepower. And I think it's cool that we're seeing the first Vietnamese car maker in America.
I like that, yeah. I think it's great that Vietnam is like trying to, dip their toe into the American market. My problem, I think, just looking at these cars, they look like they're from like Grand Theft Auto. They
Right.
don't really have like a very super strong identity.
They're like an amalgamation of a bunch of different cars.
Yes.
There's not a lot of identity yet. I mean, the company was founded 4 years ago, so that's
Yeah.
not a lot of time
Yeah.
to create an
You know,
identity.
I'm stoked for them.
I'm stoked to see where
Yes.
it goes.
Yes.
The next cars on the list are actually twins, just like Jeremiah and Zach, except one of them was raised in Detroit and the other was adopted by an Italian family. I'm talking about the all-new Dodge Hornet and the Alfa Romeo Tonale. Nolan, I want you to read the name of that Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo Toenail.
Toenail. Tonale.
Yeah.
Someone should have flagged that.
Come on, guys.
Someone should have flagged that. Dodge, read it, and the Alfa Romeo Tonale. Nolan, I want you to read the name of that Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo Toenail.
Toenail. Tonale.
Yeah.
Someone should have flagged that.
Come on, guys.
Someone should have flagged that. Dodge and Alfa are both owned by Stellantis, which I believe is a sharp rock formation from a cave. These are both all-wheel drive crossovers with turbocharged 4-cylinder motors in them. The Hornet makes 268 horsepower, and the Tonale makes slightly more at 272.
I actually do like how the Hornet looks. They have like a GT model, which I think has like some more power. Surprisingly, I think it looks better than the Alfa.
I think they both look pretty good, and it's a gap that they have in their fleet.
Yeah.
Dodge obviously has sedans and big old muscle cars covered. Then they got the Durango, which is the big old 3-row.
We like the Durango.
I love Durango. Surprisingly, they didn't have a small SUV.
I can't believe it's taken me this long to realize that.
Apparently, it took Dodge that long too. But now they do, and I think it's good looking. And I think with the other cars in Dodge's lineup, this thing in a couple of years might have a really exciting version. Full stoke. Gonna give a bunch of Canadians jobs. And this next car has one of the most prestigious names out there. We've never gotten one in the States, but in Japan, it is a big deal. Bigger than Michael J. Fox. Bigger than Bradley Pitt. I am talking about the prestigious Toyota Crown. The original Crown came out in 1955, the year I was born. It's gone through 16 generations. And it looks like this. Yuck. I don't love it.
Me neither, James.
It's got shin guards.
I'm really struggling to see what Toyota is planning with this thing.
Remember, these guys make Lexuses. They know how to make good-looking luxury cars. You know what I mean? Just don't make this. And it comes with a 4-cylinder motor that makes 340 horsepower.
That's a lot.
I'm not stoked about this.
Not stoked.
So everyone at Donut has driven the 2023 Civic Type R, and we love it. And new for this year is the Integra Type S. The Integra has always been an upscaled Civic. This one comes with the same engine and manual transmission as the Civic Type R, with the addition of a little thing that I like to call luxury. I'm talking a nicer interior, a better sound system, more refined, mature styling. It doesn't have any sort of big spoiler. Nothing really tells you that it's faster, but it does have a fat diffuser and the 3-tip center exit exhaust that the Type R has. Call it anything else, and it would be great.
It is Type S versus Type R. If this was an Integra Type R, I would agree with you, but I think since it gets away with being an S, I like it. Like say you're 15 years older than us and you don't want to be in a Civic Type R.
I get what you're saying, okay? This is the more mature option to a Civic Type R. I think that's a great business move. I think that an Integra needs to be offered as a coupe.
Sure.
Or it's disappointing.
Sure.
And it disappoints me that no one in Acura flagged that. But I digress, I'm stoked. Let's take a trip to Truck Town, shall we? One of the biggest deals coming out this year is from a little automaker that I like to call Chevy. Everyone else likes to call Chevy. I am, of course, talking about the new Silverado EV. Now, this big old, slick old, electric old hog is a direct competitor to Ford's Lightning EV truck, priced similarly, starting at $42,000. But the top trim RST model is over $100,000. What can you add to a car that more than doubles the price? It's got a 400-mile range, tow 10,000 pounds with it, which is a lot. And it makes 664 electric horsepower when it's in wide open watts mode. Wow. I don't hate how it looks. The fastback is weird. It looks like a compact SUV that they backed into a truck bed.
That's so bizarre. You're totally right.
It's a car within a car.
What I like about the Rivian and the F-150 Lightning is that they look like the trucks. You don't have a second look at it like, is that an EV? This one's like, hey, I'm electric.
I think that the Rivian looks very electric.
But just the side profile of this is like so out there. My stoke meter's somewhere in the middle.
I'm stoked. Another hugely anticipated truck is the Ford Ranger Raptor. Ranger has been around for a few years now, but never with the Raptor option. This is the first Raptor that we're getting in the States, at least. As you might expect, it's a downsized version of the F-150 base Raptor, or basically a truck version of the Bronco Raptor. I like these. I think this thing is cool as hell. This thing has a turbo V6. It makes 400 horsepower. It's got locking front and rear diffs. 33-inch tires standard. Got long travel suspension, so you can jump off a loading dock.
Sick.
I love this thing. I love it so much.
I think it looks
Of all
great.
the cars that we've covered so far, I think I want this one the most.
I might be with you on that. That's cool.
The F-150 Raptor is a big
Too big.
honker
Very
of a
big.
car.
Gotta
So
have a
if you-
driveway.
if
Gotta have a garage.
If you live in a city,
Yeah.
it's really kind of nerve-wracking to drive around because an F-150 is a big truck, and then you add about 19 inches of fender flare
Yep.
on the side of it, and
Yep.
you can run over stuff with it pretty easily. This is a smaller version. This is a Raptor for us city boys.
I
This
like
is
it,
the first time on this list that I'm like, maybe I could sell all my cars. If
Yeah,
wanted.
I know. My little ears perked up when I.
My little ears perked up too. My little tail's wagging. But I want one. They're so
Yeah,
sick. I would
sick.
rip the heck out of it. This next car, you've expressed interest in wanting. We're talking about the Hyundai Ioniq 5N.
Woo.
The Ioniq 5 is Hyundai's funky 80s inspired electric car, and people either love it or they hate it. The N is, of course, Hyundai's performance division. This car will make somewhere around 600 horsepower.
Dude, 600 horsepower?
Dude, 600 horsepower, dude!
Come on, dude.
Way faster, that's their words, than the other one. It also has something called virtual grin shifting, which is simulates gear changes from
I
a
forgot
gas
about
car
that.
with a dual clutch transmission.
That's.
What are you guys doing?
I think this thing looks sick.
This is the most Blade Runner looking car that's ever come out.
awesome.
I would daily drive this.
I would virtually grin shift every day on my way. I'm super stoked for this. Yeah.
I'm super stoked about this. Keep making stuff like this. We've saved the best for last. These are the most insane, outrageous cars coming out this year. Let's start off with a car that will actually be at dealerships. You can actually buy it if you have $200,000. Probably way more, because I'm sure the markup's going to be insane. I'm talking about the Porsche 911 Dakar. There's a bajillion Dakar-inspired off-road 911 builds, and they were like, you know what? Hold my Hefeweizen. We'll make one ourselves. Porsche had a lot of success racing in the Dakar rallies in the 70s and 80s, and this year they decided to make a rally-inspired lifted off-road 911 to commemorate that. Sick! It's a freaking off-road Porsche from the factory. Comes with 473 horsepower from a flat six motor. Puts that down to all four wheels. It's got a roof rack. It's lifted. It's got off-road wheels.
Cool.
Knobby tires. It's got parts from a GT3. You can raise and lower the suspension at speeds up to 105 miles an hour. I think some guys are gonna get these and rip the crap out of them. I think it's cool. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Make more stuff. Next up, we got a huge one. Some people have been dreading this car for years, but others got at speeds up to 105 miles an hour. I think some guys are gonna get these and rip the crap out of them. I think it's cool. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Make more stuff. Next up, we got a huge one. Some people have been dreading this car for years, but others have been not dreading it. Talking about the Ferrari Puro Sangue, AKA the Rari truck. Pure Blood, not a great name. Sounds like a really bad Harry Potter reference.
Yeah.
My name's Funny G.
They're making an SUV. It's a great business model. You sell a bunch of these, it funds your really cool stuff. I think it's awesome.
You do?
Yeah. It's got a 6.5 liter V12. It makes 715 horsepower. It looks like a Ferrari. It's got suicide doors. This new engine makes 852 horsepower. That's 62 more than the Wyra, and the entire car only weighs 2,100 pounds because it's made out of carbo titanium. I don't even know what that is. Unfortunately, they're only making 99 of them. And every single one of them is already taken. But guess what? 2 of them are for us. Oh, happy birthday, buddy. It's only $2.9 million. This thing is
That's
just,
sick as
it's
hell.
next level. I mean, we might as well be looking at like an F-35 fighter jet. Cars are awesome. Talk about with friends. Fun. Don't work on a car. Pick up a camera, make a video. Go to donemedia.com. Get yourself some hats or some shirts. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. We put out videos all the time. Thanks for watching. This was fun.
How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock. Alright guys, I was wrong. I'll be enough of a man to admit that. I'm a grown boy, okay? I got a couple hairs on my chest. I can admit when I was wrong. And I was wrong about this car right here. When I first started this channel, imports were lame. If you had one, you were possibly in the closet. Like I was just a hater. I was a hater. I was a young kid. I didn't know any better. And I've grown over the years, and I've finally realized what these people were saying all these years by, you don't need to have a fast car to have fun. I still think that statement is a little bit wrong, but this car has managed to prove me otherwise. This beautiful gem has managed to prove me wrong, and I will admit that. This is mine and my girlfriend's 2018 Subaru WRX STI. For the most part, it's her daily and my daily, but she drives it a lot more than I do. And when I drive it though, I just can't help but to have fun in it. It's one of those cars where I always kind of imagined it being fun, but I thought I would get bored of it. I thought it would be like, oh yeah, I mean, 300 horsepower, like yeah, it's fun. But this thing is just undeniably fun. And the best part is it's fun straight out of the box, right off the factory line. This is bone stock, except for wheels and suspension. It is bone stock. I have not touched the motor at all. And it still manages to make me smile and impresses me through canyons non-stop. So today, I'm gonna explain why I was wrong about this car, every little thing that I do like, and a couple things that I don't like. There are a few of them. It's not perfect, but damn, it's a really good car right out of the box. So let's jump into it. All right, first things first, obviously mine doesn't look stock either. We have it wrapped in tiny vinyl Millennium Jade. My girlfriend picked out the color, and I think she did a pretty good job. It's a nice color. Don't see Subis this color too often. I hadn't seen one until ours was done, and now I see them everywhere, but I don't want to assume anything because I don't post this car anyways. So anyways, we have a Viz Racing carbon fiber hood with a lot of heat extraction all over it. One thing that this car can never get enough of is cooling, it seems. We're also on ESR AP6s wrapped in Falcon tires, 265 squared. So we have a squared setup. Obviously it is an all-wheel drive car, so why wouldn't you have that? We have a little aero package on it, nothing crazy. When we got this car, it looked really underwhelming because it didn't come with a front lip. So we put a front lip on, a front splitter, we have side skirts, diffuser. We just wanted to make it look a little bit better because it does kind of blend in with normal traffic. I mean, even with the big STI wing, it's still just like, it didn't have that like race car look, you know? And if I'm gonna rice out one car, it might as well be this one. So I'd consider this my most riced out car out of all of them. But for what it is a very fun car. The interior, I think, is one of the nicest interiors I own. I don't know how I didn't notice that Subaru had such nice interiors, but we got some nice Recaro seats, which do have seat warmers on them. We have a nice steering wheel with shifter in a great location. The dash and everything in here looks great as well. It's just like, it's a very modern looking car. It's not too overdone. Like, you still feel some of the cheap materials here and there, but it's a very nice interior overall. The back seat also has plenty of room. It's a little messy because we've been taking our dog for trips, and we haven't really had time to clean it because he's still a puppy and he makes messes. He didn't pee or anything, which is great, but it's a little dirty in here. His paws aren't always the cleanest. But the back seat has plenty of room if you do intend on actually carrying around people. It's actually functional. It's not like a BRZ where they're just there for show. It also came factory with big brakes all the way around, which is great. Although I'm not a major fan of the highlighter green factory color, that is what it came with, and I do not feel like pulling them apart and painting them, so I will leave it as so. Pretty much when we were shopping for another car, we were looking for a fun daily to replace the Honda Accord. The Honda Accord was a great daily, still one of my favorite cars I've ever owned, just for the simplicity and just the comfort level of what you get for how cheap they are. I think that was a great daily, but we wanted something a little bit more fun, something we can actually go take out to car meets, have some fun with, and not be embarrassed to drive. You can't pull up to a car meet in a Honda Accord. I'm sorry. I don't know what everyone else is telling you. I'm looking at you, Accord owners. Can't do that. Although I will say I have seen some pretty wicked Accords on Instagram, people beating Hellcats and shit. That's impressive. You can pull up. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this car seemed to check all the boxes, and so I wanted to wait some time before I made this video because when I first drove this car through a canyon, put all the coilovers and the wheels and tires, I was in love with it. I knew that I had something here that was really fun, and I slept on it. I 100% slept on it, but I don't want to make that video. I don't want to rush into it because there are some issues, and I think I'll talk about the issues after the drive. So let's go ahead and let's go for a drive. All right, guys, so we're out driving the car, and it started to rain a little bit, and we have the dog in the car with us. But that is one of the upsides of the car. Well, I guess two of them. One, you have cargo room in the back for dogs, kids, all that fun stuff. But two, weather isn't really an option in this car. I can't get in my Mustang, my Supra, and just go out and drive. I can't do that. Those cars are high horsepower, rear-wheel drive cars, kind of on slicks. The Mustang is definitely on slicks, but the Supra is it's pretty much on slicks. This car, I can go out any weather and still have a decent amount of fun if I really wanted to. If I want to be a maniac and have some fun in the water, I could. Just got to make sure I have the right tires for it. But that's honestly one of the upsides of this car that you just don't really understand until you drive it. It just feels so secure and confident inspiring that it just feels like you could toss it into a corner with little effort and you're just gonna power your way through it super easily. What do you think about that little puppy? What do you think about that little puppy? Go to the back. I'm not even in sport mode. This car has 3 modes. and they're all very noticeable. I'm in just like the eco mode. I think they call it intelligent or some shit like that. There's sport, and then there's sport sharp. And when I tell you sport sharp is as sharp as one would think sport sharp would be, it's pretty sharp. I honestly don't drive in sport sharp too much because it is so sensitive that it's low-key kind of annoying. Sport is like the perfect balance, but like, let me just show you something really quick because it is super noticeable. Okay, so really quickly, I just want to show you the difference in how the boost is applied in sport sharp versus regular. So I'm in sport sharp right now, so you can see when I get on it, it goes really quick. Now watch, I'm gonna do like 50% throttle and look, it just spikes. Okay, now I'm gonna go into intelligent mode, which is the eco mode. Now watch, 50% throttle, and it's slowly going up. And we were not even crossing over 10. It doesn't give you all the boost, it seems like, unless I'm wide open throttle. We'll go back to sport sharp, and watch. Spikes instantly. Instantly. That's at 40% throttle, it's even less. That's what I mean, that mode is really, really torquey. All right, so I'm gonna do this pull. It's actually on a turn, and you guys will see just how nice this car is. I can't do this in any other car, maybe my McLaren, but we're doing a 30 roll. Oh my God. So we went from 2nd to 6th. I ran out all the gears, not 6 obviously, but I got into 6th. On a turn, full throttle, sport sharp. And it didn't feel sketchy at all. I did let off on those little humps just because I'm not a fucking idiot. I let off for a split second on the humps, got right back into it, and we just kept carrying the speed through the whole corner. And I can't do that in any of my other cars. Like I said, maybe the McLaren, but not at full wide open throttle like this. This is one of those cars where it's slow, but it's fun to drive fast. And I don't want to be cringy and say that line that I really hate. I really hate when people say this shit. It's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. Who the fuck is driving a fast car slow? Why the fuck would you even do that? You're gonna go buy a Lamborghini and drive it at 40 miles an hour? No, you're not. You're a fucking idiot if you're doing that. But that's my point. With this car, you can give it the beans the whole time, and it's fun. Super fun. All right, so I'll show you guys the POV of acceleration. It's nothing crazy, but look at wet floors, not even an issue. That was a bad downshift. Shut up. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing to be blown away by. Obviously, like, stock 5.0 10 speeds are faster and everything like that, but to be able to do that confidently in the rain, that's where I find it impressive. I doubt a Mustang will do that confidently in the rain. Wide open throttle, 2nd gear pull, doubt it. All right, so we're gonna try to do a 1st gear pull right here. I'm waiting for this this road to be officially shut down so I can do it legally. We're not gonna go too crazy. I'm not gonna try to break the speed limit, but I'll just accelerate in 1st gear in the rain. We'll see what it does. Books and books. She gone. This fucking truck wants to go around me. Oh, dude, you're trying to race me, bro? Bro, you're in a truck, okay? Go do truck things. You're not racing me. Get out of here. All right, now that we're back, let's continue the chat. Car performs great. I think out of the box, it's a very capable car. And my intention when we bought this car was to keep it, like I said, relatively stock. I am looking at a Cobb Stage 2 Plus kit, which is pretty much just intake and fuel, and it'll bump up the power a bit, but it won't go ahead and make the car useless under its own power. What I mean by that is we're not taking away from the handling capabilities. We're not taking away from any of that. We're not overpowering the car. We're just gonna go ahead and make it a little bit more nimble and a little bit quicker on the straights. Because I really do want to track this car. I really do want to send it, and I want to have some fun with it. And sadly, I haven't been able to yet, but I'm thinking really soon we will, because I am really happy with how it is handling and performing right now, so why not go out and have some fun with it? We also have that renewable lubricants race oil in the engine, so why not go push it to its limits too? But let's talk about some of the cons. If I had to say, some of the cons would be some of the cheaper interior pieces and even some of the exterior pieces, they just feel cheaper. The door panel is really thin and flimsy. It's not the best. It's actually broken too because it seems like someone put too much weight on it. I don't know, we bought it like that, but it seems like they did obviously cheap out in some areas, which is understandable because they focused more on performance. So I can 100% agree with why they did some things here and there, but you do notice it here and there. There are some rattles, there are some shakes, and for a $35,000 to $40,000 car, depending on when you bought it, you kind of expect it to be sound. I do think the car is beautiful. I think it is very aggressive looking, especially for it being a 5-year-old car. I mean, I think it looks better than the newest generation. I guess we could have a debate on that in the comments down below. Let me know, would you guys prefer this generation or the newest fucking Aztec looking generation? Comment down below. When done right, the new ones can look great, but I think this one, like I said, right out of the box, I think it beats it. Another con is obviously the power plant, the motor. The EJ25 is a good motor. It's a well-known motor, but the memes are true. I mean, they're not the most solid. It is a boxer engine. Maintenance is a bitch. So that's one of the things that really has deterred me from modifying this vehicle. It ain't gonna stop me though. Nothing will stop me. Couple other things that do bother me with the car. It has a very common issue, which is, I guess, the power steering whining. It sounds like I have a supercharger up front when I don't, and it'll happen at idle sometimes. It'll happen when I'm turning. It'll happen when I turn on the car and I go to turn the wheel. It doesn't really want to turn. It's a weird issue, and I actually did replace an O-ring, and I put an extra clamp on a spot that looked like it was seeping a little bit. So we'll see if that fixes it, but I heard it today during our drive, and it wasn't as bad as it was before, and now it's raining. But it is there. It is an issue. And then I think the last issue that I'm having with the car is the reverse camera and lights don't always turn on. Sorry, it is raining. I gotta wrap this up pretty quick or move inside, but I will put it into reverse and it will do nothing. The lights won't turn on, the camera won't turn on, and it might be a switch on the transmission itself, but for me to access that, I have to either drop everything or I have to loosen up everything and let it dangle, which just for a switch, I could just use the mirrors. You know, most of my cars don't have backup cams anyways, but it is a nice luxury that no longer really works, and my girlfriend definitely misses it. Sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't, but it's really finicky and really annoying. Do I think that outweighs the pros? By no means it doesn't. It doesn't even come close. The pros of this car far outweigh any of the cons. You can take this car in the rain like I did today and you can go have fun. You can take this car through a canyon. Even if you're a rookie driver, you can have some fun with this car in a canyon. You can't do that with a Mustang. I mean, you could try, but we all know how that's gonna end. It ain't gonna end well. This car is very confident inspiring and is one hell of a driver's car, and I was 100% wrong when I used to hate on them. I mean, I still hate on a lot of cars, and I still will make fun of them for their issues and stuff like that, because no car's perfect. I'll make fun of any car, I don't care what it is. But I genuinely didn't used to like these cars, and since then I have learned my lesson, and I'm kind of curious what other cars I was wrong about. So if you think I'm wrong about any other cars, comment down below. Just don't say I'm wrong about Infinities, because I know I'm not. We all know those are garbage. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna go inside before it starts raining. All right, guys. All right. Orion, hold on. We're launching. Owning a Mark IV Supra is something I only really ever dreamed of. I never really thought it was tangible. I never thought that I would be fortunate enough to one day own a car like this. But thanks to you guys made that possible. But what is it like owning a Mark IV Supra? Is the hype valid? Is the car as good as everyone says? Are these ridiculous prices, upwards of $100,000, really fitting for a 90s Japanese car? Well, today I'm gonna shed in my experience after owning this car for 3 years, and I'm gonna tell you all the nitty-gritties of owning a car like this. There will be times I am talking a little smack on it, and by no means do I hate this car. This is actually one of, if not my favorite car, and I don't think I'll ever sell it, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So let's dive right in. If you're new to my channel and you've never seen this car before, this is my 1993 Mark IV Supra. When I bought this car back in 2020, I got it for $24,000, which is a steal in my opinion. Now, it didn't look like this. It looked like this right here. And since then, we have tossed in the 2JZ GTE VVTi with a single turbo. And we have tossed in the 2JZ look like this. It looked like this right here. And since then, we have tossed in the 2JZ GTE VVTi with a single turbo and a T56 and pretty much everything. It's got different brakes, a different rear end. It's got pretty much everything. Let me pop the hood and show you guys what it has. So most of you guys probably have seen this, but here she is, a little dirty, sorry. But this is a stock 2JZ GTE VVTi. The only thing that's been done to the motor itself is cams. Besides that, we have a single turbo and a pretty assortment of titanium. It is also on E85, and it's making right around 730 wheel horsepower on E85. Now that stat alone is pretty impressive on a stock block. 730 wheel horsepower. That's upwards of 800, 850 crank on a 90s car. That stat alone in today's market is impressive, but on a 90s car, that was revolutionary. Not many cars can do that back then. But here, little Japanese Toyota Supra with a big ol' Hiroshima hairdryer can do it, which is part of the reason why this car has a cult following. But I'm not going to blame it all on the motor, because other cars did come with this motor, but they don't have that legendary status like the Toyota Supra. Exterior wise, the paint is white from factory. I have it wrapped in Esmo vinyl Soul Red. We also have CCW 3-piece wheels, 255s up front, or I think 275s actually, and 305s in the rear. We have carbon fiber diffuser, carbon fiber skirts, carbon fiber wing, carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber lip. This thing has carbon fiber everywhere. We did update the taillights, but for the exterior, that's pretty much it. I kind of like it looking simple. I don't really like the TRD wing. I think this one follows the body lines a lot better. So a little carbon fiber wing, and that's all it needs. Now you guys don't want to sit here and watch me talk about this car for 10 minutes. So let's go drive it, and I'll show you guys why this car is as great as it is. Let's go. What are you doing? Oh, you're so cute. You're distracting me though. You're very dangerous. One of the most annoying things is making a right-hand turn. And I made a short about this, and a lot of people complain saying, dude, well, you're just stupid. And it's like, you have to like pre-start kind of turning. I don't want to stick my nose out. So I really can't see if I'm good. I'm honestly like probably not. I'm just gonna go. Okay. Oh, I did not see that car at all, but luckily it wasn't in my lane. But yeah, making a right-hand turn is one of the worst things about a Supra, and it's one of those things you get used to. I don't know where Orion went. Oh, he's being cute back there. What are you chewing on? Okay. Chewing on the seatbelt latch, that's fine. But yeah, let me let the car warm up, and we should be in for a treat. This should be a fun little cruise. All right, so another question a lot of people usually have is what it's like driving right-hand drive. I have covered this also in the past, but after 3 years, it's still just like now it's second nature at this point. I mean, after a solid week of doing it, you kind of get used to it. The biggest thing is your mirrors, but I could literally hop in any of my cars at any period of time and just feel comfortable. So you just have to just get used to it. But that shouldn't be something that should deter you from like owning a right-hand drive car, is being afraid of like learning how to drive it, or, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to like shift as fast. I feel like I shift just as fast. I'm not ambidextrous or anything, but I feel like I could bang fucking gears in this car. Play the clip. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, like I said, I feel like that shouldn't be a huge deterrent. I don't think that's a valid excuse when I hear that one. That is not valid at all. No sirritos. Do you want to drive? Do you want to drive, little puppy? You can't. You're too small. You can't reach the pedals. Oh, you're so cute. Jesus Christ, you're adorable. Come here. Come here. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, look at the little puppy. Oh my God, he's so cute! Little puppy! Today, son, you grow up. You're gonna feel your first pull today. We'll start off with a baby one. We'll see how he handles it. I've done a little baby pull with him in the car before, and he's fine. He's a good passenger, princess. Look at you. Look at you. Oh, he's so cute. All right. Hopefully this light changes soon because I ain't got all day. I got a baseball game to make it to. Yeah, that's a real car guy right there. We got a plumber crack out and everything, but you know you're a good mechanic when... Is he asleep? Actually, I think he's asleep. He's not moving. Okay, I was complimenting him for, you know, doing the job in the parking lot, but I think he's asleep. He has not moved. I think he's KO'd. Either way, though, props to him. Getting the job done. So one thing that I'm kind of upset about with the Supra is the handling. It's not that it doesn't handle well, it's that I ruin the handling by making it too fast. Like watch here, I'll get on it in this corner right here. But if the turbo kicks in while I'm in a corner this hard, then, hold on, Orion. Then we're gonna break loose and die. And I'm not trying to do that, not today. So that's one thing where, like, I guess that's just depending on each Supra. I wish I didn't have it on its like kill map 24/7. I wish I had a couple different maps, and when I put the built motor in, maybe I will. But yeah, that's honestly one thing that I kind of just miss. It's just like driving it around and having fun, like in the canyon. Can't really push it that hard because the second you kick in the boost, you're dead. You're into the ravine. Really quickly, I guess, while I'm cruising through traffic, I'll talk about some of the issues that I didn't really expect to have when buying a car like this. And the list is very short. The only issue is that it pisses like every fluid in the book. And I don't blame the car necessarily. I blame the shop that assembled it because everything was just half-assed done, and that's why I had to go and pull everything and redo it all myself. So I guess there's two lessons to be learned here. Either A, go to a trustworthy shop, or B, you want something done right, do it yourself. That's kind of the biggest issue I had, honestly. I mean, besides that, the car's been really reliable. I mean, I'm pushing more power than I think most stock engines can handle. I mean, 730 wheel horsepower on a dyno that we know reads low. That's really impressive in my opinion. So I'm really curious to see what it'll do with the new motor. But I don't know how crazy I want to go. I will have boost by gear, so I do like that. But still, it's like, dude, how much power do you need in a 90s shitbox before you know, feel like you're gonna die every time you get on it? I already feel sketch. I don't think it needs much more, but we'll see. I don't know. The 1,000 horsepower does sound tempting. Sounds very enticing, but then it'll be faster than my Mustang, and we can't have that. So then I'll have to dump money into the Mustang. Boo-hoo. Anyways, yeah, the list is very short. I guess the lights in here, like the dash lights, are all very dim, and they're probably going out too, but there's like nothing really major wrong with this car. Like, Toyota knows what they're doing, which is a great thing. But I still don't think I'd spend $40,000 to $50,000 on one. It is a little bit nice knowing that your car isn't a complete shitbox when you buy it for that price. Like, you look at these S13s and shit going for $20,000, and you're thinking, it's a Nissan, you know? This, at least you know you could beat the shit out of it, and it'll take it. It'll take it 24/7. I mean, I do not baby this car at all, and it'd be very ironic if we blow the motor right now, but I don't think it'll happen. So let's push forward. Little puppy update. He's laying down in the back. You know what I think is the hardest part about making a video like this is trying to find things that you actually don't like about this car. Like, I want to make a clickbaity ass video saying, oh dude, this is why the Mark IV Supra sucks, you know? But it's so hard to do. This car does not suck. And this thing looks fucking sick. Look at that thing. That thing's badass. It's like an old Caprice or something. That shit look nice. Good, great fitment and everything. Anyways, yeah, you like can't find enough things that are bad about this car, and all the things that I'm bitching about are like minor. Like, we know the motor's solid. If you have the V160 transmission or a T56, solid. The factory brakes are pretty solid. It handles pretty solid. I'm still on stock axles. Solid. The shape, the body, the appearance, there's not a part of this car that I find ugly. I can't even complain about the interior. For a 90s car, this is one of the nicest interiors I've ever been in. Why is this car so good? Maybe the prices aren't that bad after all. I don't know. It's kind of hard to complain about it. I think that Caprice is pulling up. I'll give him the smoke if he wants it. I am horny. I do want to race. You want the smoke? Oh, I'll give you the smoke, boy. I mean, I got a 360 camera on the back. How much more do I want to say I want to race, you know? Orion, I need you to hold the camera. You've been upgraded to camera princess now. You're no longer passenger princess. Yeah, there's not enough wrong with this car. And I hate the fact that I don't hate this car. Like, when I started my channel, I made so many videos talking shit about Japanese cars. And I still don't like a lot of them. Like, I still do think they're a bit overrated. But the ones that have the 12-year-old following, maybe 12-year-olds are onto something. A 335i, you want the smoke? No. He does not want the smoke. But yeah, but as a whole, there are a lot of overrated Japanese cars. Let's see if this fucking egg wants to race me. Come on! Come get it! I see your anime sticker. Is that Prince Zuko? It is. Oh, that's sick. I don't think she wants to race, though. Fuck it. Should we do a poll? What do you say, Orion? Go to the moon? I'm not against the idea. We do a 4th gear one, just a little. You want the smoke? No? This is the best dog, like, ever. Like, he does not care. Which boost was that? That was 31 PSI. He does not care. He's such a good puppy. Holy crap. I can't wait to turn this bad boy up. I wonder what the turbo will max out at. What do you think, Orion? If you had to give me some advice, what would you say? Blow this fucker up! Blow it up! Oh, that's some good advice, Orion. I love that. Fucking send the pistons to the moon! Can somebody pull up on me? What's this BMW? Let's go. What is it? What is it? Oh, a little M4. You want the smoke? Come on, you want the smoke? Dude, nobody even looks at me. It's because it's not bright yellow anymore. That's why. Come on, M4. Pull up. Yeah, this girl in the car, so I'm not gonna go bully him. I'll be respectful. Right, Orion? That's one thing I like about you. You can't see out the window if we're winning or losing. So you won't judge me. I guess while we're cruising, I'll talk about some of the pros of this car, which, I mean, I'm just repeating what other people have said because everyone has said it before. The engine, 10 out of 10. Love it. I love the sound. It even has a nice look. It is stout. It's a great engine. Sadly not as affordable as it used to be, but it's a great engine. The aftermarket support for this car, endless. People are still making new parts to this day, making it so you can have new setups and all this crazy shit. That's great. I love that. The styling of this car, I don't think the Supra would have done as well as it did if it didn't have the styling. And I mean, you could just see it based on the SC300 and those cars and these other JZ cars. They didn't do as well. They had the motor for the most part, but they didn't do as well. And I think that's just part of the styling. It's part of it, you know. This car is now 30 years old. It still is one of the best looking cars out on the road. In a sea of soccer mom cars and people who don't want to race, it's still the best looking car. There isn't a thing on this car that was overlooked, except no cup holders. That was fucking definitely overlooked. I'm in a Toyota. I deserve cup holders. That's honestly like one of my biggest gripes about this car is no cup holders. But AutoZone's got you covered, so $5. Transferable to any vehicle. But yeah, we'll get one more poll right here. I mean, you guys saw a lot of racing clips during this video as well. So, yeah. The car speaks for itself. People love this car. I love this car. And I honestly couldn't have had it without you guys. So I really do appreciate that. I feel like I'm honestly gifted to be where I'm at and owning the cars I have. And I can't do it without you guys. So, let's go ahead and wrap up this drive with one more poll. Orion, hold on. We're launching. you're a good boy. Anyways, let's head back to my parents' house. Anyways, guys, I quickly just want to wrap up this video. It is hard to hate on this car. Like, I think Instagram does make it a bit overrated, but when actually owning the car for multiple years on end, the only stuff I really hate about the car is some of the stuff that I did to it myself. I'm not a big fan of the super aggressive bucket seats that I put in the car. I might actually change them out for seats similar to what I have in my Honda, the Recaro Le Mans. I love those a lot. But overall, I think a lot of the hype is warranted for a car like this. Do I think the car should be worth $40,000 or $50,000 for an NA model? No, I think that is absolutely ridiculous. And I don't think you need to spend that much money on a car like this. You can get a better car for that same price. You can get a C6 Z06 and maybe even a decent mileage ZR1 for that price. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Unless you really want a JDM icon, there's no need to spend that kind of money on a car like this. But let me know your thoughts down below and let me know how much power should I try to squeeze out of the new motor. I'm gonna have to send my head off to get ported once the new motor gets here, but after that she should be ready to get slapped together, and then we will turn up the boost. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you are looking into getting a Supra, just be patient. You'll find the right one. Don't shell out your life savings for a 90s shitbox. You'll find one, don't worry. Anyways, if you enjoyed it, let me know, subscribe, and until next video, peace. How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today, I'm not gonna lie, we are doing something pretty dumb. We're gonna be taking my Mark IV Supra to the snow. Why? Because I want to. Honestly, I just want to get some pictures of it in the snow, and I just want to go have some fun. And what better day than today? Why wait? Out of all my cars, I think it's the best candidate. That's obviously on some heavy-duty slicks. This is on some decent summer tires, and that's already been in the snow, so I kind of rule that out. And then the Subaru obviously would make it easily. So I want to have some fun. I want to take the Supra out to the snow because why the fuck not? It's been raining all week in SoCal, so the snow should be plentiful. I just hope we don't get stranded. I don't have any windshield wipers or snow chains or anything like that, so let's just hop in and go. Let's get a little startup first. This thing is, it's warm. I've been warming it up, but let's listen to it. I mean, it still sounds great. And if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, I am going to be changing the color here pretty soon. The reason is I got a little too close to it with a pressure washer. Got a little too close to it, so it's not the end of the world, but it's the end of the yellow Supra's world. So I already picked out a new color. Comment down below what color you guys think I should have chose. No spoilers, I'm not telling you guys until the reveal. Anyways, let's go. All right, are you excited? I am recording. Are you excited? She's just thrilled. She hates the cold, so she's gonna hate this. But I need a camera person. Here you go. Take this.
What the fuck is on my feet?
I really hope those aren't rain clouds, because if they are, we're fucked. Filling up before we go to the top. Ran into a couple of subscribers right here that came up and said what's up. The hill's right up there, and they were just there, and they said it's clear and there is snow, so I'm looking forward to that. They said they've been up there since 8 a.m. so yeah, we just topped off. Okay, a little blow valve on the EcoBoost, I hear. All right, I haven't ran 91 since Vegas, so hopefully the car likes it. I'm curious. It's like a half and half. It makes it probably like, I don't know, E40 right now. Let's see. All right, it stopped around E61, so we'll see if it keeps going down. I'll let you know. But yeah, let's head up the hill. So, someone might have fallen off. Oh my god, yeah, it's search and rescue. Alright, so we broke away from the pack, and now you guys can hear the turbo noises clear, so just enjoy this relaxing ASMR. And that concludes the ASMR portion of this video. Thank you. We just saw a sign that said chains required in a mile. I'm gonna call their bluff on that. We made it! Sketchily. Oh god, we're on ice right now. And yeah, they weren't joking when they said chains. We actually kind of like drifted into this parking spot, so let's see how cold it is. Fuck, it is freezing. Yeah, see, there's our skid marks. I wasn't joking. We actually like we slid in right here, dude. This is fucking ice. This is so scary. Hey, it looks sick though. I will say that. It actually looks sick. Oh my god, I'm gonna eat shit really quick. This is just ice. This isn't even snow. It's ice. It's fucking hard as hell. You're gonna eat shit. Let's go that way. I just came to touch a little snow and then potentially crash. Let's see how soft this is. That shit's not soft at all. That shit... Dude, what the fuck? It's not like the movies. This is bullshit. Well, I wanted to make a snowball and yeet it at Mammy, but I'll fucking kill her if I throw one of these fucking rocks at her. It's a brick. It's honestly just an ice brick. So I think we're gonna continue a little bit downhill and try to find some softer snow slowly though. Like I'm gonna go super slow, not risking it. Probably still a bad idea, but we're gonna do it anyways. We came this far, we're gonna do it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is snowing slightly. I'm using my car as a background, but like there's little snow particles. And I've never been in the snow before. I mean, it's like very light snow, but I've never been in the snow before. And it's like slightly snowing. And oh God, the car looks great out here. Mammy, what do you think? Do we continue on or do we turn around?
Turn around.
That's a bad idea. Let's continue on.
This is like a mini snowball. Oh.
That's a fucking rock. You're
No,
gonna kill
it's
someone
literally
with
like that.
That is so hard. That is not how snow is. All right, let's keep going. We're freezing. All right, so we went up a bit higher and it's snowing a bit more here. The road is just... It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Probably not the brightest idea. It is cool though. Like we are collecting snow on the front lip and everything. Car's getting snowed on right now. I've never been in snow before, so to me this is pretty cool. This is like a little. This is my first time being in snow. It's pretty cool seeing all the little snowflakes on or fall on you and stuff like that. The car itself isn't doing that bad. I mean, I'm going really slow, but on the way out right here, I kind of wanna, you know, get on it a bit and see if we could do a little burnout on the ice. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be fine. There's nobody around, so we'll be chilling. My biggest thing is we're gonna dig a hole, but this isn't deep anyway, so we're not gonna get stuck here. I don't see that happening. All right, we'll see how this goes. Probably not bad. Not bad. It sounded sick. She's never gonna know. I'm so happy that I didn't hit you in the head. Can we have a snowball fight really quick? Oh, she's trying to get the angles for the gram. Can we have a snowball fight? Really quick, really quick. First one to hit the other person 3 times. AKA, let me hit you 3 times with a snowball. All right, Mammy doesn't want to have a snowball fight, so I'm gonna have a snowball fight with myself and my Supra. Hey, at least the snow's really soft here. Fastball. Fuck, it's fucking cold.
Oh, that's what. The Subi, your Subi friend. He's back. That's why I didn't want to grab it. I said if I had mittens, I would do it.
I regret it.
Then I was going to feel numb.
I'll do it again. I didn't learn my lesson.
Show us the snowball, too.
Okay.
So show it to us.
It's a pretty good one. Fuck, it's so cold.
Oh, you're in.
Oh, fuck, it's cold. There's a stick in it. Get that out. Oh my god, dude, my hands are gonna go numb. All right, here we go.
That was nothing.
Ah!
The Subi's coming back.
Oh, I think the Subi's pulling up. He was following us the whole way up. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
Take a video with you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Kind of want to eat it.
Eat it. Just eat it really quick. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a video where someone like boils down snow and it's like disgusting looking.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
there's
it's,
like
like,
particles in it. Hey, slide down. All right, I want to do another burnout, but there's a car like right behind us, so we're gonna go find another spot and just send it. Like I want to fucking, just fucking, I want to go crazy. So. Dug a couple craters. We got a couple here. I like doing it on the ice because I'm not like destroying my tires. Mammy, that's not a heater. Hey, inhale all of it. I'm joking. Oh my god, I almost ate shit. Yeah, no, it's fucking cool. I kind of want to do like a little donut, but I don't know if I could. That's kind of sketch. Hey, donuts are sketch right now, right? She didn't hear me. Would doing a donut right here be sketch? You don't think so? Wait, do it or no? You want me to do it? It's kind of sketch. I don't know. Let me break down some of these fucking pieces of ice. Dude, that's. Yeah, I'll destroy my wheel, dude. I don't know. All right, so we're not gonna do donuts right here, but if we find a good spot, I will do some. But there's just not enough room right here, and I'm not willing to rip off my bumper like 6,000 feet above where I normally live. So we're gonna wait. All right, so I think I'm gonna do one more. I just want one more good one. The last one we were sliding a little bit. Found some more ice elsewhere. And I'm just gonna set up the tripod. She's absolutely dying in there. So yeah, let me just set this up really quick. To do one more. The last one was blurry and I wasn't happy. All right, so we're almost down and it started raining, which isn't good because we are on sketchy tires. But this thing in front of me, this thing's about to blow up, dude. This Scion is just puffing smoke like a fucking Subaru owner. Like this thing is, watch. I want to catch it, puffing smoke. Look at the smoke. Oh my god, that thing is fucking done. All right, we made it back. A little bit of rain on the way home, but we're here safe and sound. It was really fun, and the car was fun. I mean, it was fun doing little burnouts and not really worrying about destroying your tires or your wrap, because A, this wrap is coming off, and B, we were on ice, so the tires are fine. Best of both worlds. Anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. We might be going to a car meet in a bit, and if we do, that'll be in this video, but we'll see if the rain keeps on coming down, so we'll see. Anyways, guys, hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, comment, subscribe. Peace. How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and you guys really seem to enjoy when we rated Craigslist and Facebook marketplace builds on a scale from 1 to 10, because I believe it helps you guys envision how much I like or dislike a certain vehicle. So today we're gonna do that with your cars. We're not gonna say if they're necessarily nice or nice. We're just gonna rate them. We're just gonna rate them. So yeah, I have no face cam. My room is disgusting, and I don't look disgusting because I got a haircut. So it's as much of a bummer as me as it is to you, because I can't show off my new haircut, and I can't get insulted on it either. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive right in. Although if you guys do want to send your car to me, send it to my Gmail, drewpeacock.clips@gmail.com. Hit that like button and let's dive right in. All right, 2017 Honda Civic Si. You know, a lot of people like newer Hondas. A lot of people have bad taste. And those two go hand in hand. Now, I mean, he is on some questionable looking fake TEs. These are Avid AV6s, which are about as reppy as they get. He's got the white on white going on. He does have a carbon fiber hood, which is pretty sweet. He says the car makes 234 wheel horsepower and 299 foot-pounds of torque on a dyno. Of course, it's manual. The interior of these actually is fairly nice for what they are, for it being a Honda. So yeah, I mean, not much to complain about there. The exterior, not the worst. If this thing was on some simple RPF ones, I know it's a very basic cookie cutter wheel, but it is a basic, very affordable cookie cutter Japanese wheel, and you just can't go wrong with it. And I mean, would you rather have fake TEs or a basic cookie cutter wheel? I'll take the basic cookie cutter wheel any day. Besides the wheels, I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's not mind blowing. I'm not like, you know, about to beat my meat to it, but it is a solid looking car. It's a decent looking car, and it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just average. 7 is average. You know, we're going off of like this is school. 7 is a C. I'll give it a C minus, a 6.5 actually, if it had the normal wheels. Not bad. It's just average. Moving on. Forester from 05. I mean, I guess it's all downhill from that Civic. I guess it's all downhill. Yeah, I'm gonna give this car a 2. I don't need to say why. It speaks for itself. Finally, a clean OEM Plus 350Z. This shit just looks OEM. I wouldn't call it much plus going on here. Okay, we got an aftermarket sway bar. We got some blue silicone hoses. All right, cool. No serpentine belt, though. I don't know how your car's going to run like that. I guess he's showing off his sway bar, I guess. I don't know if the paint's dirty or if it's got like a metallic in it, but I mean, that doesn't look half bad. The wheels, I don't like directional wheels. I really, really dislike them, unless it's on like a dub or like a VIP car. Really dislike it on a sports car. I think they look god awful. Like, again, it has to fit the build. It don't fit the 350Z. I'm sorry. I also don't like the angry eyelids. Not a fan of that. Sorry. I'm being honest. That being said, it is better than the Honda, I guess, all things considered. But I'm also not a fan of the hood. I do gotta say, I don't like this little duct right here, like that little fucking CD slot. No, that ain't sucking in much air. I'll give it the same thing, a 6.5. It's not mind blowing, but it's not horrible. You know, it's not. You know, you didn't break new ground with this build. It also doesn't say what year it is, so I don't know if it's a HR or not. So if it was an HR, it'd probably be worth more. But yeah. 6.5. God, we've literally just had Subarus and other Japanese cars. Can we get something else? All right, Subaru. All right, is this the what, the Blob Eye? Blob Eye is all right, I guess. It's not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite either, so that's okay. I really hope that's real carbon. It looks like wrap though, so like we're dinging some points on that. I don't like carbon fiber wrap. Sorry, if you've been watching my channel, you know that. Looks like he's got an aftermarket intake. Still has a top mount, which is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the aftermarket blow off valve. Let me see what else does he got. Does he got aftermarket fuel shit going here? Doesn't look like it right off the bat, but I could be wrong. All right, you know, I'll give it a better rating than everything else, because I would rather have this than any of the other cars we've seen so far. So I'll give this one a but the carbon fiber, I'll give it a 6.75. It would be a solid 7 if it didn't have this. I know this is your car and you could do whatever you want with it, but this is my channel and I'm gonna rate it a 6.75. God, I have a feeling this is one of your guys' cars because you have such detailed photos of it. The fake R33, R34, the Chevrolet Impala. Oh, great. The paint splatter, bro. This is 2012 all over again. This is so fucking EDC? Yeah, this is totally an EDC thing right here. This is back when raving was like the thing, you know, back when everyone listened to LMFAO. That was the shit right there. Paint splatter. That was like, you know, the best way to show everyone you don't know what you're doing. Just, you know, it's just paint splatter. It's supposed to look like that, you know? God. All right. Yeah. The fake hood scoop. I mean, I don't know if you're joking with, oh yeah, he's joking. It's got a Honda badge on it. Okay. Yeah. It's a 1. Like, even though you're doing it for jokes, I mean, I still can't rate it any higher than that. It's a 1. Paint splatter is just horrible. This guy wants a professional opinion. You went to the wrong place, bro. I don't give out professional opinions. I give out half-assed shitty opinions that are usually rude. Sell it. 3 out of 10. No, okay, it's better than that. Okay, then Audi A4. I mean, what do you want to know? You want to know, like, how to get your money back from the dealer or what? Yeah, I don't know shit about this platform, so I'm not even gonna give you any good advice. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's bone stock. Not much I can go off of.
Drew, how the hell did you give that Audi a 5 out of 10 when you gave every other shitty car a fucking higher rating?
Bone stock. Like, it's literally base. There ain't no value there besides it just being an Audi. It is nicer than the other cars, but it's not a build. That's what we're going off of. Builds, boy. Builds. B is for build. All right, this truck. Yeah, this old Chevy. I mean, what is it, S10? S10? No, it's an old 1500. My bad. It's clean. It's clean. I'll give it a solid 7. I mean, the photos are questionable. They're like, why are you standing across the damn football field to take a photo of the damn car? But yeah, it's a very clean old Chevy truck. I like it. 7 out of 10. Finally, something halfway decent. Jesus, 05 RSX. Looks like it's on CCWs. Could be wrong. I will read his description. The paint looks nice. Everything he's done to it. Oh god, it looks less nice here. I will say that, but it's just the wheels. The rest of the car looks very clean, very clean. Usually these RSXs look like you know, crackheads were using them to fucking cook meth in. This one looks very clean. This one looks really nice. The paint's great, good color, love blue. No really cringy stickers or anything on it. What does it say? God, DM the new. Okay, I take that back. All right, that is gonna rank you a little bit. The wheels, though, I mean, if those are real CCWs, those are nice looking wheels. They look very realistic, but then they also look like a one piece. Don't know, don't care. They look nice for now. I'm gonna imagine that they are real just for this. The banner though. He did take it off right here. It is missing. If it doesn't have the banner, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. If it has the banner, it's going down to a 7 because that banner is so fucking cringe. I can't. Big turbo and bagged 4-cylinder Camaro. You did everything except buy a fucking V8. Oh god. All right, let's take a look at it. Wrap. Yeah, whatever this is, whatever weird fucking Green Day theme, American punk rock fucking sticker bomb. Yeah, this is questionable, especially because it's only on like a third of the car, so it's not even all the way up. Because gotta show off that sick carbon, bruh. I think it's carbon. I can't tell from here. Big turbo. I mean, how big are we talking? Like, does he say in his description? I guess I'll check. There's a big intercooler. I will say that. That is a pretty big intercooler. Oh, it's fucking forged carbon too. It doesn't even look good. Like, first of all, who fucking wiped their nutsack right here and smeared that shit all over? Like, what went on there? Second of all, this looks so DIY. I can't imagine that this is professionally made. This looks like someone did this themselves. And if you did buy this professionally, then get your money back because this shit looks rough. Like, I see why you're taking your photos so far away because that shit looks rough. You know, you're gonna call me a dog by the end of this because it's so rough. Oh God, like, yeah, I don't know about all that. I'm just not a fan of forged carbon to begin with, but yeah, putting it on a 4-cylinder. I mean, literally, you did everything except buy a fucking V8. Like, how dumb are you? Like, you even got the 1LE wheels, and the 1LE wheels are fire. Like, they look great. Nice concave to it, good looking wheel. You bought the 4-cylinder though, man. Come on, like, get your shit together. At least you didn't put a Z01 front end on it. I will give you a thumbs up for that. That being said, I mean, it's a 4-cylinder. Let me quickly skim his description, and I'll tell you guys what I find. All right, so it is custom 1-of-1 forged carbon hood, fenders, bumper, blah blah blah. Half of it is sticker bombed and half of it is sand gray. If it was all sand gray, I would like it a bit more because that looks pretty good. Honestly, if the whole car was sand gray, not this fucking DIY forged carbon, it would look a million times better. But mistakes were made. It also has a built motor, I guess, but he doesn't say how much power it makes. I can't imagine it's a whole lot, but I could be wrong. At the end of the day, though, it's a 4-cylinder Camaro. If you wanted a 4-cylinder so bad, you should have bought a fucking, I don't know, Honda. I really don't like this car that much. I'm gonna give it a 5.5, 6. I'll give it a 6. Just because there was an attempt, I will give you that. An egg. Now, I will say, if you follow me on Instagram, I saw a couple clean eggs this weekend. Couple of them. You know, not a dozen eggs, not half a dozen, but a couple clean eggs on the freeway. So I am starting to take a liking to some of these eggs. I am. I don't know if I would ever shoot myself in the leg and ever buy a Volkswagen like this. But I did see a couple clean ones. However, this is not one. I mean, it's not bad, but it just doesn't compare to what I saw this weekend. That shit was fucking hella clean. I don't really like the super thin spokes on this. I don't know if these are gram lights or what, but they're super thin. I'm not a huge fan of super thin spokes. They don't look bad. I mean, they could be TEs or they're fake, but they might just be fake. However, though, it does make 500 horsepower. So I'll give it a 7, 7.5. Is this my favorite car so far? I'll give it a 7.5. This is surprisingly my favorite car so far. All right, that was a short-lived favorite car. A big turbo GTO with a 78-75 turbo. Holy shit. Talk about a clean fucking car. Look at the intercooler, okay? That's how you do an intercooler fucking Chevy Camaro. That's how you do it. Oh, God, that's beautiful. That is a work of art right there. That is, no filter though. I'm deducting points for that. I'm not going, oh my, oh, I see what you did there. All right. Well, at least put a turbo guard on it. If you are gonna do it like this, at least put a turbo guard on it. I do like what you did here. It almost flew under my radar. But I mean, dude, a bird could fucking fly in that bitch. Like, let's be real here. Nice tire setup. Okay, this is, even with no fucking guard, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10. With the guard, it would probably be a 9.5. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's fucking fire. There's no denying that. This is my favorite car so far, and I don't think anyone will dethrone it this episode. But I am keeping in mind that there are better cars out there. Like, it is, at the end of the day, a GTO. If this was like a Corvette with a big single, now we're talking 10 out of 10. But a GTO, very cool car, nice and underrated, but no filter. All right, another heavy hitter. We got a good old 5.0 S550 Mustang, and in the first photo, you can see hood's up. He's flexing the big old supercharger. It is a VMP Gen R3 supercharger. The gold or copper coated wheels also looks pretty decent. It made 526 horsepower and, or my bad, I'm dyslexic. It made 726 horsepower and 570 foot-pounds of torque. Not bad numbers, definitely not bad numbers. I don't know what he's showing off right here. Maybe his E85 or something. It also made 900 horsepower on a 76 millimeter pulley on E85R. Oh, that's what he's showing off. He's showing off his E85R. I was gonna complain about him not having enough tire in the first photo, and although I still don't think this is enough, I think this is the most you can do without doing a 15-inch brake kit conversion. So you know, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Although this is an NT 555R, I would do a Mickey, but you know, to each their own. If you want to hit a crowd, go for it. Nice setup though, very nice. I mean, the VMPs, they make good power. I mean, it's just a 6-head one for the longest time, and now I hate you. Now, honestly, I don't even like you. Like you are dead to me. That is just horrible. Don't like that. Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna rate it on 2 different scales. I hate to do this. In this photo, with this wheel setup and everything, and it looking nice, sleek, killer, fucking black on black, looking badass. 8 out of 10, 8.5, solid numbers right there. I'd say 8.5. It's a great setup. 6. You went all the way down to a 6. The wheels were questionable, and then that set it off. 6. If I saw you on the road, I don't care if you're supercharged. That shit is fucking questionable as fuck. It looks like a donk like that. 6. Overall, though, I do like the car. Just turn off the goddamn LEDs. All right, we'll do a couple more. Oh, and I'm glad I decided to. Good old 03 Terminator go, bruh. He only sent one photo, so I do have to deduct him for that, but I mean, it's better than most of the shit we've seen all day. 8.5. I love this body style. I love the front end. Like, this is one car from factory that you just don't change. You just leave it. It's perfect. Shelby. I don't think it's a Shelby. Ford just fucking knocked it out of the park, man. Oh my God. You don't change it. You don't. They did it right. 8.5. On the other hand, we have the normal New Edge. However, this one is boosted. However, this guy also sucks at taking photos. All right, here's a decent photo of it. He got it in the piss yellow. Yeah, great color. Okay, why did it look so much cooler in this photo? Oh, and he just painted the hood on one color. Yeah, this must be the factory color, the yellow. This is a much better color, I will say. I was kind of making fun of the piss yellow, but this Bumblebee black on yellow, no. And put a filter on, you fucking jackass. In this configuration, I'll give it a solid 7. I do like it. 7.5. It is boosted. 7.5. Put a filter on. 7.25. All right, we're sticking at 7.25. All right, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, please let me know down below. If you guys want to see your car in one of these episodes, go ahead and submit it to my Gmail, drewpeacock.clips@gmail.com. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and it should eventually end up in a video. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all have a good day. Stay safe, and until next video, peace.
By the middle of the 7th century BC, northern Mesopotamia had become the heartland of the largest state the world had ever seen. Known today as the Neo-Assyrian Empire, its control stretched throughout Mesopotamia, Syria, the Levant, and even as far north as Anatolia. In the west, its territory ran as far as Egypt, whilst in the east its rule held sway over Susa and parts of the Zagros Mountains. At its peak, it was ruled by a king named Ashurbanipal, who would tout his military prowess and conquests in inscriptions scattered throughout his realm. In the centre of his palace, he built a great library that eventually grew to include some 30,000 clay tablets and that attracted scribes from the four corners of the known. In modern times, this library is often seen by scholars as Ashurbanipal's crowning achievement, and its remains provide a vivid snapshot into the world that he and his dynasty inhabited. Yet as grand and ancient as Ashurbanipal and his empire might seem to us now, contained amongst the tablets of his library is the story of another king who had already been famous throughout Mesopotamia for millennia. The epic that bore his name, he ruled over the great metropolis of Uruk, the son of a goddess and a mortal man, possessed of strength and stature beyond all others. His exploits took him the length and breadth of Mesopotamia, and saw him contend with monsters, gods, and his own mortality alike. So great was his quest to thwart death, that it even took him beyond the lands of mortal men, to meet the immortal survivor of a worldwide flood, an event that still echoes in modern religions to this day. Since the very dawn of writing, he provided an ideal of kingship that surpassed all others, and achieved a fame beyond almost any of his successors. Ashurbanipal would prove no exception. By the end of that same century, his dynasty was slightly buried. The great tablets that tell this story remained sealed within its ruins for another 2 millennia, waiting patiently for the day when they would be rediscovered. From that day, the exploits of this legendary king would draw the attention of a worldwide audience, and once again one of the world's oldest known stories would be told. The Epic of Gilgamesh. Since its rediscovery at the tail end of the 19th century, the Epic of Gilgamesh has inspired excitement amongst scholars and the general public alike. Originally unearthed amongst the ruins of the library at Shabanapal, the discovery of its tablets came amidst a period of newfound interest in both archaeology and early human history. Its deciphering would inspire headlines in newspapers on both sides of the Atlantic, with this publicity being overwhelmingly centered on the flood story contained within one of its tablets. In succeeding decades, knowledge of the epic itself grew amongst the wider public. Soon it became recognised that in the exploits of Gilgamesh lay the blueprints of those of many later mythical figures, including those of Heracles and the heroes of the Homeric poems, the Odyssey and the Iliad. Much like these later heroes, Gilgamesh's restless spirit would take him to what were then the very edges of the known world. The cedar forest of what is now modern Lebanon and Syria, throughout the land of Babylonia, and south to the land of Turkey in the Persian Gulf. Throughout these travels, he was joined by his faithful companion, Enkidu, who he loved as he would a wife, and whose death at the hands of the eternal gods would drive his own quest to thwart death. Today, these central themes of companionship, love, and the human struggle against mortality continue to resonate, and Gilgamesh himself has taken on a life outside of the epic, often appearing as a character far removed from his earliest roots. Even then, to many he remains inseparable from the Babylonian epic that bears his name, which this day holds the status of a foundational work in world literature. But what is perhaps less known is that this work is far from Gilgamesh's first appearance in Mesopotamian myth. In fact, by the time the most famous version of his epic was composed in the late 2nd millennium BC, knowledge of his name and exploits was already more than 1,000 years old. Long before Babylon was even a city, there is evidence that Gilgamesh's name was the son of course to the later Sumerian kings, where a rich body of hymns and poems were composed to celebrate his feats and virtues. And before even these works were created, we know that objects were being dedicated in Gilgamesh's honor on the precipice of prehistory, as heroic figures performing deeds resembling his own appear in some of the earliest artwork of the 3rd millennium BC. And it is here the hazy world of the earliest kings of Mesopotamia, that some scholars have even argued that a historical figure may have existed, whose life and deeds form the core ideal of kingship around which the literary epic was travelling. So who was Gilgamesh? How did the epic that bears his name come to be? Was there a historical king of Uruk who bore his name? A reputation later authors built upon to craft a more familiar. And outside of Gilgamesh himself, how did the famous flood myth become part of the epic? In this video, we'll explore these questions by examining more than 2,000 years of history. We'll start by familiarising ourselves with the setting of Gilgamesh's exploits, Mesopotamian society, in the 3rd millennium BC. We'll take a look at what evidence exists for a historical king bearing his name, along with his earliest appearances in the inscriptions of the period. From here, we'll track the development of the epic from its earliest origins among some of the world's first empires, through to the standardised text of the late 2nd millennium BC. Along the way, we'll also examine how Mesopotamia itself changed during the millennia of its existence, and examine what parallels can be drawn between it and the society in which it originated. Finally, we'll examine the origins of an event of which the epic is inexorably tied, the Mesopotamian flood myth, the discovery of which brought the epic to worldwide attention. But before we do any of this, let us begin with the story itself. For those unfamiliar with Gilgamesh and his appearances in Mesopotamian myth, here's a quick summary of the epic for which he is known. In its story, Gilgamesh is the ruler of Uruk, the son of a mortal king named Lugal-Banda and the goddess named Sula. Possessed of superhuman size and strength, Gilgamesh reigns as a tyrant over the city, exhausting its men and taking its women into his bed. As punishment for abusing his subjects, the gods craft an opponent who is his equal, the wild man Enkidu. After initially residing in the steppe, where he grazes alongside wild animals, Enkidu is discovered by a hunter and then civilized through intercourse with the temple prostitute, Shamhat. After adopting human dress and manners, he travels to Uruk in order to confront Gilgamesh, where the two wrestle in the streets until the very houses of the city shake. Eventually, however, the two cease their battle, and Enkidu instead becomes Gilgamesh's dearest friend, who he loves as he would a wife, and who he frequently refers to as the axe by his side. After this, a restless Gilgamesh then proposes a journey to the cedar forest in honour of the sun god Shamash, where he intends to slay its monstrous guardian, Humbaba. With Shamash's help, the two journey to the forest and overcome Humbaba, then construct a raft from the cedar trees to return to Uruk. On arriving back in the city, Gilgamesh then draws the eye of the goddess of love, Ishtar, but rejects her offer of marriage due to her mistreatment of her former suitors. Angered by Gilgamesh's refusal, Ishtar then forces her father Anu to unleash the mighty bull of heaven, which devastates Uruk and its people. Together, Gilgamesh and Enkidu overcome this bull, whose horns Gilgamesh dedicates to his father Lugal-Banda, whilst Enkidu tears off the bull's right haunch and hurls it in Ishtar's face. As peace seems to have been restored to Uruk, Enkidu has a dream of a gathering of the gods, in which the great gods Anu and Enlil decree that for the crimes of slaying both the bull and Humbaba, Enkidu must die. Struck down by the gods, Enkidu curses the hunter and the prostitute who civilized him from his deathbed, only to be rebuked by Shamash, who reminds him of all the good he has experienced in life because of the two. After Enkidu's death, so great is Gilgamesh's grief that he refuses to leave his side for 6 days and 7 nights, only permitting his friend's body to be buried after a maggot drops from its nose. In his mourning for his lost brother, Gilgamesh tears out his hair and clothes himself in the skins of wild animals, then erects a grand statue in tribute to Enkidu. Now fearful of his own death, Gilgamesh sets out to find his ancestor, Utnapishtim, and his wife, who we are told were granted immortality by the gods. Travelling to the twin peaks of Mount Mashu at the ends of the earth, he finds a tunnel that no mortal has entered, guarded by a scorpion man and his wife. Ignoring the man's warnings, he proceeds through the darkness of the tunnel, eventually emerging in a fertile land known as the Garden of the Gods. After killing a group of lions and dressing himself in their skins, he recounts his tale to an alewife, who directs him to Utnapishtim's boatman, Urshabani. After Gilgamesh has first destroyed the enigmatic stone ones that allowed Urshabani to travel across the waters of death to Utnapishtim, the boatman instructs Gilgamesh to cut down 120 trees and to fashion them into poles. Crossing the waters, they arrive at a place known as the mouth of the rivers, where Utnapishtim and his wife live. After observing Utnapishtim and finding him much the same as himself, Gilgamesh asks him how he came to receive immortality, and Utnapishtim tells him of the great flood sent by the gods to drown mankind. As a survivor of this flood, Utnapishtim was granted immortality by the king of the gods, Enlil, who placed him to live at the mouth of the rivers. Utnapishtim then offers Gilgamesh his own chance at immortality, if only he can stay awake for 7 days and nights. Despite his best efforts, Gilgamesh soon falls asleep, waking to discover that 7 days have passed, as shown by the bread rations that Utnapishtim's wife has left by his side. Despite Gilgamesh's failure, Utnapishtim gives him another test, sending Gilgamesh in search of a special plant from the ocean floor that will rejuvenate anyone who consumes it. Gilgamesh succeeds in retrieving the plant, only for it to be stolen by a serpent whilst he bathes. Disheartened by his failure, Gilgamesh returns to Uruk, where the main body of the epic ends, with him marvelling to Urshabani at the great city wall he has built. Then in a final, somewhat tacked-on tablet, Gilgamesh sends an inexplicably alive Enkidu to retrieve a toy from the Netherworld, only for him to be captured by the dead. With the help of the god Shamash, Gilgamesh then raises Enkidu's shade to the land above, which then informs him of the grim conditions of the underworld and of Gilgamesh's future role as the judge of the dead. So we now have a general idea of the epic's content. But if we are to understand the context of the events that it depicts, along with the timeline of its wider development, we will also need to familiarise ourselves with its setting, the Mesopotamian world of the 3rd millennium BC. For it is in this period that not only is the epic itself set, but that we can also be reasonably sure that any historical Gilgamesh would also have reigned. And in examining this world, we will gain an understanding not only of its society and wider geography, but we will also see the underlying motivations of its characters. Let us begin then. Towards the end of the previous millennium, this region had seen the emergence of the world's first known cities throughout the plains of southern and central Mesopotamia. Of these, by far the largest was the mega-site of Uruk, which appears to have exerted a strong cultural influence over the other growing centres of the alluvial plain, along with major economic influence throughout much of the ancient Middle East. As with the other settlements of the region, life in Uruk revolved around the hierarchies of its monumental temple districts, each of which were dedicated to the cult of a major deity. In addition to their role in the religious life of these settlements, these districts appear to have acted as distribution centres for a portion of the city's populace, with their dedicated work being rewarded with fixed amounts of rations. It is also in the context of this system that the world's earliest known written script, Proto-Cuneiform, appears to have emerged. This early writing consisted of a complex system of signs impressed onto clay tablets with a reed stylus that were used at Uruk and other sites throughout the Middle East to administrate their complex temple hierarchies. By far the majority of these tablets were used to record the receipt of goods by the temple, such as grain, dairy products and textiles, along with their distribution to its attendant workforce. The remaining tablets consist of long lists of objects, places and animals, and there is no evidence at this early date for writing being used in anything other than an administrative context. This Uruk-influenced trade system continued until around the years 3200 to 3100 BC, when it appears to have fallen.